Hello dear students, myself CMA Padmaja Buzruk. I will discuss accounts of banking company. Go to study note number 4, accounts of banking, electricity and insurance companies. I will discuss accounts of banking companies. Banks are concerned mainly with functions of banking, that is receiving, collecting, transferring, buying, lending, investing, dealing, exchanging and servicing money and claims to money both domestically and internationally. The principal activities of a bank are operating current accounts, receiving deposits, taking in and paying out notes and coins, and making loans. Banking activities undertaken by banks include personal banking, non business customers, commercial banking, small and medium sized business customers, and corporate banking, large international and multinational corporations. In India, banking activities are governed by the Banking Regulation Act 1949. As per provisions of Section 5, subsection B of the said Act, banking means the accepting for the purpose of lending or investment of deposits of money from public, repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawable by check, drafts, order, or otherwise. Section 5C defines banking companies as any company which transacts the business of banking in India. However, any company which is engaged in the manufacture of goods or carries on any trade and which accept deposit of money from public merely for the purpose of financing its business, as such, manufacturer or trader shall not be deemed to transact the business of banking within the meaning of this clause. So, even if these manufacturing or trading businessmen they are accepting deposit from public, they cannot be treated as doing the banking business. The Banking Regulation Act 1949 applies to corporate entities carrying on the business of banking in India. Such companies are also subject to Companies Act. So for banking companies, Banking Regulation Act 1949 as well as Companies Act is applicable. As per Section 9 of Banking Regulation Act 1949, no banking company shall hold any immovable property except for its own use, but bank can always lend against security of such assets. In case if the person fails to repay the loan, the bank can take possession of such asset. In that case, these assets are known as non-banking assets. These non-banking assets must be disposed of within 7 years. So this is very important. Banking company shall not hold immovable property, that is land and building. They cannot purchase land and building except for its own use. If the building is for their own business purpose, then they can purchase the building. But bank can lend against the security of such immovable property, and in case if the person fails to repay the loan, bank can take possession of asset, and this asset is known as non-banking asset, and these non-banking assets must be disposed of, that is sold within 7 years. If bank lends against such assets that are allowed to be held by bank like government securities, and if it takes possession of the same for non payment of loan, then such assets cannot be treated as non banking assets. Restriction on business of banking company. Section 8 of Banking Regulation Act 1949 imposes certain restrictions on the business of banking company. These are as follows. No banking company shall directly or indirectly deal in buying, selling, or bartering of goods, except in connection with the realization of security given to it or held by it. So, banking company shall not directly or indirectly deal in buying, selling, or bartering of the goods. But in case if they have taken security of these goods on the basis of securities, if they have given loan, then they can take possession of these securities for non-payment of loan, and then in that case they can sell this. No banking company can engage in any trade or buy, sale or barter goods for others otherwise than in connection with bill of exchange received for collection or negotiation, or with such of its business or it's referred to in section 611. Time limit for disposal of non-banking asset, section 9. Non-banking asset must be disposed of within 7 years from the date of acquisition or period extended by RBI. Minimum paid up capital and reserves, section 11. Banking company minimum aggregate value of paid up capital and reserves. Now we'll see what is the minimum aggregate value of paid up capital and reserves for banking companies. In case of banking company incorporated outside India, having a place of business in a city of Mumbai or Kolkata or both, then minimum aggregate value of paid up capital and reserves is 20 lakhs. If in case banking company is incorporated outside India and not having a place of business in the city of Mumbai or Kolkata or both, then minimum aggregate value of paid up capital and reserves is 15 lakhs. In case the banking company is incorporated in India, having a place of business in more than one state, including place of business in the city of Mumbai or Kolkata or both, then minimum aggregate value of paid up capital and reserves is 10 lakhs. More than one state. That means if a business is in Karnataka as well as in Maharashtra, and including place of business in the city of Mumbai or Kolkata or both, then it is 10 lakhs. In case of banking company incorporated in India having all its places of business in one state and none of which is in the city of Mumbai or Kolkata, all places of business in one state. So, for example, if all the branches of the bank are in Maharashtra and none of which is in Mumbai or Kolkata, then minimum aggregate value of paid up capital or reserve is 1 lakh plus 10,000 for each of other place of business in the district in which it has its principal place of business plus 25,000 for each place of business elsewhere in the state subject to maximum of 5 lakhs. Maximum is 5 lakhs. 1 lakh plus 10,000 for each place of business in the district, for each district 10,000, and 25,000 for each place of business elsewhere in the state. But maximum limit is 5 lakhs. Restrictions as to the payment of dividend. Section 15, subsection 1 and 2. Before paying any dividend, a banking company has to write off completely all its capitalized expenses, including preliminary expenses, organization expenses, share selling commission, brokerage, and amount of losses incurred by tangible assets. However, a banking company may pay dividend on its shares without writing off the depreciation in the value of its investment in approved securities in any case where such depreciation has not actually been capitalized or accounted for as a loss. The depreciation in the value of its investment in shares, debentures, or bonds other than approved securities in any case where adequate provision for such depreciation has been made to The satisfaction of auditor of banking company, the bad debts in any case where adequate provision for such debt had been made to the satisfaction of the auditor of banking company. So what is important here is banking company has to write off completely all its capitalized expenses before payment of dividend. Minimum transfer of profit to reserve fund section 17. Every banking company incorporated in India is required to transfer at least 25% of its profits to reserve fund. This is very important. 25% of profit is to be transferred to reserve fund. The profit of the year as per the profit and loss account prepared under section 29 is to be taken as base for the purpose of such transfer, and transfer to reserve fund should be made before declaration of any dividend. This is also very important. Before declaration of dividend, 25% of profit earned is to be transferred to reserve fund. If any banking company makes any appropriation from reserve fund or securities premium account, it has to report to the Reserve Bank of India the reason for such appropriation within 21 days. It is to be informed to RBI within 21 days of appropriation from reserve fund. Cash reserve section 18. Every banking company not being a scheduled bank has to maintain a cash reserve of at least a percentage of total of its demand and time liabilities in India as on last Friday of the second preceding fortnight as specified by RBI from time to time. So RBI will specify this rate from time to time. Cash reserve can be maintained with itself or by way of a balance in the current account with Reserve Bank or by way of net balance in current account or in one or more of aforesaid ways. Restrictions on loans and advances section 20. No banking company shall grant any loans or advances on the security of its own shares. That means banking company cannot grant loan on the basis of security of its own shares or enter into any commitment for granting any loan or advances to or on behalf of any of its directors. So it cannot grant loan on behalf of directors. Any firm in which any of director is interested as a partner, manager, employee or guarantor. So supposing in a firm banking company's director is partner or manager or employee or guarantor, then in that case the banking company cannot enter into any commitment for granting loan or advance on behalf of that firm. Any company not being a subsidiary of banking company or a company registered under section 25 of Companies Act 1956 or a government company of which any of the director of a banking company is director, manager, employee or guarantor or in which he holds a substantial interest. So if in any company in which any of the director of banking company is director, manager, employee or guarantor or in if any company he is holding substantial interest, then in that case also no banking company shall enter into the commitment of granting any loan or advance. Any individual in respect of whom any of its director is a partner or guarantor. Liquidity norms section 24. Every banking company has to maintain in cash, gold or unencumbered approved securities an amount at a percentage prescribed by RBI of its time and demand liabilities in India. So this approved percentage will be given by RBI from time to time. What is the percentage of liquidity to be maintained by banking companies? However, this percentage is changed by Reserve Bank of India from time to time, considering the general economic condition. This is in addition to average daily balance, which a scheduled bank is required to maintain under Section 42 of Reserve Bank of India Act, and in case of other banking companies, the cash reserve required to be maintained under Section 18 of the Banking Regulation Act. Unclaimed deposits. Every banking company is required to submit a return in prescribed form and manner to Reserve Bank of India at the end of each calendar year of all accounts in India which could not be operated for 10 years. This report is to be submitted within 30 days after the close of each calendar year. In case of fixed deposit, such 10 years are to be reckoned from the date of expiry of fixed period. If any of the banking account is not operated for a period of 10 years, then it is to be reported to RBI within 30 days after the close of calendar year. But in case of fixed deposit, 10 years to be counted after the date of expiry of the period of fixed deposit. Banks bookkeeping system. Nowadays, the daily transactions of bank are numerous. All these transactions are to be recorded immediately to reflect the exact position of each customer's account. Therefore, a bank has to adopt specialized system of bookkeeping which will ensure immediate entry of numerous transactions and keep an internal check on the books of accounts. To achieve these objectives, banks generally maintain large number of subsidiary and memorandum books in addition to principal books of accounts. Entering transactions in the ledger directly from vouchers. Under bank's bookkeeping system, every transaction, particularly concerning the customers, is entered in the personal ledger directly from vouchers as soon as it takes place. The objective of the system is to keep up to date detailed ledgers, to balance the trial balance every day, to keep all control accounts in agreement with detailed ledgers. Books of accounts. General ledger. General ledger contains control account of all personal ledgers, profit and loss account, asset account, contra account. Usefulness. It facilitates preparation of balance sheet. General ledger facilitates preparation of balance sheet. Profit and loss ledger. Profit and loss ledger contains detailed accounts of revenue items, detailed account of expense items. Usefulness. It facilitates preparation of profit and loss account. Profit and loss ledger facilitates preparation of profit and loss account. Subsidiary books. Bank also maintains various subsidiary books, personal ledger, current account ledger, saving bank account ledger, fixed deposit ledger, loan ledger, overdraft ledger, cash credit ledger, customers acceptances, endorsements and guarantee ledger. Bill registers, inward bill for collection, outward bill for collection, bill discounted and purchased register. These are the various books of accounts bank is supposed to maintain. Subsidiary registers, demand draft, telegraphic transfer and mail transfer issued on branches and agencies. Demand draft, telegraphic transfer, mail transfer received from branches and agencies. Issued and received both. Letters of credit, letters of guarantee. Statistical books to record average balance in loan and advances, etc. To record deposit received and the amount paid out each month in the various departments, number of checks paid, number of checks, demand draft, etc. collected. So these are various subsidiary registers as well as statistical books. Memorandum books. Various departmental journals bank maintains. These are cash department's journal, Clearing Department's Journal, Loan and Overdraft Department's Journals, Deposits Department's Journal, Establishment Department's Journal, and General. So these are various memorandum books banking companies needs to maintain. In this particular video, we have seen Banking Regulation Act 1949. What is the meaning of non-banking assets? Restriction on business of banking company. Minimum paid up capital and reserves applicable to banking companies. Minimum transfer of profit to reserve fund. Restrictions on loans and advances, unclaimed deposits, banks bookkeeping system, and books of accounts of banking companies. Thank you.